me again.
Sometimes I dream of being a abortion compassion troll because there's so many people like our dear Jerry Bob out there. There's so many people who have so little connect and love and respect for real human beings that they think spouting this nonsense all over the internet is somehow useful or effective or gives them a sense of power. I know that so many people do this because it makes them feel powerful. Like misunderstanding, choosing to not be kind to other humans gives people power. And that is, it's sad. It's sad. I wish for you, Jerry.
I do. Like I really do mean that. I sometimes I get a little snarky on comments like this, and sometimes um sometimes I'm not the compassion troll, sometimes I use sarcasm as a way to just kind of speak up, but I really do genuinely wish that people like Jerry Bob. How much do you love that his name is Jerry Bob? Like, come on. That people like Jerry Bob, like, would slow down and actually have a real conversation with a real human being and not just like repeat jargon and slogans and pro-life manual nonsense, or the things they heard from their hateful loved ones, their hateful parents, their hateful communities. Like, I get why people do it. Like, I really genuinely do. I understand the the feeling of thinking you're right, like the feeling of thinking you know better than someone else what they should do with their bodies, what they should do with their families, what they should do with their children. Like, I get, because I'm human and because I understand human psychology, I know that when we think we know what's right for other people, it's a way to convince ourselves that we know what's right for us. But the thing is, there is no right for people. There is no right. I That might be Jerry Bob's calling in this world. Like, that might be how he's supposed to live this human life. But that is not how I am supposed to live this human life. My humanity is exactly the reason I chose abortion. My humanity was the thing that said, hey, this isn't right for you. This isn't right for your family. This isn't right for your children. This isn't right for your marriage. Like, there's something more for you to do in the world. And it does not include having another baby. Like, love her and let her go. And so I understand why people like just get so wrapped up in their desire to control and manipulate and hate on other people. Like, it makes them feel powerful. And so many of these people have so little power in their lives, right? Like, they don't feel confident inside. And that's scary. That's a terrible feeling when you don't feel how, like, your own empowerment, when you don't feel like you can take care of your own self and live in the world without vomiting your opinions on everyone else. Um, I vomit my opinions out here as an offering to you, as an invitation for you to do your own inner work. Everything I share is simply an offering and an invitation for you to go, oh, perhaps there are other ways to think about this. Perhaps there are other questions I can ask myself. Perhaps um, there's a knowing inside me that I can tap into. people like Jerry Bob are just tossing like darts. They're tossing their opinions as if their opinions are right. I don't really care what Jerry Bob does with his life. I don't care if Jerry Bob ever has an abortion, but I'm going to make a guess that God forbid someone has slept with this human being and gotten pregnant. It's probably got an abortion history, because when we talk about 1 in 4 women, 1 in 4 people with uteruses having abortions by the time they're in their 40s, and most like many of those having multiple abortions, we're not just talking about the crazy liberals. We're talking about all human beings sitting in the pews at the pro-life rallies. Like, they're having abortions. Those politicians controlling our bodies, like, their mistresses and lovers are having abortions. The athletes, the Hollywood stars, that everyone's having abortions. We just aren't slowing down enough to understand why people are choosing them. And we use language like, I don't even remember what he said right now. I was like, oh, having an abortion means you lack humanity. Like, if the way I live my life is a lack of humanity, then may we all have that, because I ask myself the hard questions. I connect to my heart and my gut and my spirit. I slow down and listen to people. I act with love. I make invitations and offerings, versus shooting pain points at people. It just is so hard and sad for me, because I know so many clients come to me having seen and read comments like this. I could care what the fuck less. Like, I could care less what Jerry Bob does. This video is not for him. This video is for those of us who see comments like that and go, oh no, I've had abortions, do I lack humanity? And I get it. I get it. I get that we question ourselves when we read shit like this, but they know we question ourselves when we read shit like this. That's the whole point. That's why they do it, because it's so shocking that we start to think we're in the wrong. I can promise you, we are not in the wrong. Anyone, no matter what the outcome of your decision and your beliefs is, anyone who slows down and asks good questions and connects to their own healing and connects to their spirit and listens to their heart and loves their people is not in the wrong. I can guarantee there's a whole lack of love in Jerry Bob's life. So when you are seeing comments like this and they hurt, they trigger you, they make you stop and want to hide, think about what is missing from Jerry Bob's life. Think about what if he's a he, what they are lacking that would invite them to just spew this hatred at people. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep showing up in my humanity and do this work. And if I'm wrong and Jerry Bob's got it right, like, I'll face that bridge someday. But this feels a whole lot better to me. This feels like love, and that feels like hate. This feels like trust, and that feels like fear. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know Jerry Bob, but that's my guess.